Yes, yes. अभी ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं. So great evening all.
Okay.
Great
So
evening.
today we are here to celebrate Women's Day. Actually, Women's Day is every day, but just reason कि हम एक दिन स्पेसिफिक निकाल रहे हैं, उससे ज्यादा और अवेयरनेस. मैं ऐसा मानता हूँ कि कोई भी दिन को हम सेलिब्रेट करते हैं तो थोड़ा अवेयरनेस लाने के लिए वो होता है, और उससे हम ज्यादा उसकी तरफ आगे बढ़े ऐसा. So let's welcome all, and today we have 8 guests from 8 different countries, and today we have one our chief guest. So I would like to talk about her, and okay. So before inviting our guest, I would like to introduce about ABCD International Family and Bhabad International Publication basically. So this is Aakash Bhabad, founder, CEO of ABCD International Family and Bhabad International Publication. International author, success coach, and by God's grace, we are doing awesome work, and currently we hold 5 world records, and in upcoming 2 months we will complete 2 more, and we will go on 7. So ABCD के बारे में हम डिस्कस करेंगे ही. उससे पहले so let's welcome our chief guest, Miss Harvandan Kaur Bedi ma'am. She is a MD psychiatrist. She is first woman जो इंडियन आर्मी में एज साइकेट्रिस्ट है, और she is a NLP coach also. So let's welcome her. Welcome ma'am on this wonderful evening, and over to you. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And it's my privilege to be sitting here today, and it gives me so much happiness to be among so many esteemed women. So a great, thanks from the core of my heart to Mr. Bhavard and his team. And also I would like to thank my mother, who was a strong woman. She was so strong that whatever I am today is because of her. So good evening, everyone, and Namaste, India. And I would like to start with giving a little history, because since I have the privilege, I can do that. Because I think the day and all women, the day and all women is above any individual one woman. So it is the women, the strength, the struggle that we are celebrating, we are respecting, we are remembering for a reason. For a reason that what they started with, although we have come quite a lot forward, but a lot has to be done. So not celebrating your victories and taking a note to progress further. And this year's theme being embrace the equity. So now on the spiritual aspect, let's take the importance of this day. When you must have all heard a story that when God made this planet Earth, the woman was made on the 6th day. And he took so much time to make her that the angels, they had to ask God that why are you taking so long a time? So when God summed up all the virtues that he had put into her, it can be, when he described them, it can be summed into, soft power. That she's an empath, that she gives unconditional love, and that she's an healer. Now, but love, giving and giving and giving, it's a flow. Love is a flow. It has to be coming and going. So she forgot to love herself. And this actually, the research has shown that this one-sided love which is going on with the lack of self-love, which we are propagating so much today for everyone, especially the women, because they'll, somehow forget to love themselves and spread the love around. This is leading to the trajectory of, increase in cancers and autoimmune diseases in women. So if you don't love your own self, the cells have a memory. Your own cells are eating you up. And that's what is happening, very sadly. Now, this is a spiritual concept of how a woman came into this role. Now, we have a biological component to it also. Now, our brain is wired in the same way as it was 2 centuries before. So you can imagine the cavemen. The cavemen, the man being a hunter, used to go out and hunt. The woman used to stay back at home. And she, the women folk used to sit together, cook the meals, and after that, look after the children also. So the men had to, take care and protect their women folk and the children from, say, lion, tiger, bears. But where are they now? Now the stress is not of that level. Now we have stresses which are basically, which can say of two main types: financial and relationships. What I am seeing when I sit in my OPD. So we don't need these types of reactions now. So gradually what happened is that the woman who was sitting at home also started going out to work in order to support her family. But the mindset and the wiring remained the same. So the man, when he came home, the whole system, the social determinants of mental health, I'll be putting in mental health also because it's a very important issue. Because it is not just like that, depression is twice as common in women than in men. And I think it's the unconditional love that it's twice as common. Uh, the level of sacrifice and struggles that she's going through, it could have been much more drastic. So uh, going back to the man coming back, he's tired. The woman has to cook also, look after the children, their studies, the house, everything. So, multitasking and glorifying all this multitasking, it took a toll on her. And people, you know, they got used to all these things. And this, when you get used to a particular thing, you start demanding for it. And things got to such a level that, such a level that the water must have, I cannot imagine that even now today, there are certain statistics which I'll be talking about, that what the status must be then. So there was this single woman who must have risen up, or a group of women who must have risen up. And let's all pray, pay our respect and homage to them. They started the struggle in early 20th century. And although from that time, when you could not even vote, we have, quite a number of women leaders today here. But the gap is still quite long. We have to understand that all of us who are sitting here today are the privileged lot. There is still quite a lot of issues which are very, which really need to be worked upon. That is why we have taken the, the theme this time is embrace equity. Equity is, okay, it is the path to equality. We want a gender neutral society. But then what was happening is that the people, some women had all, they could get everything. And some couldn't get still if she cooks the food in the house, even today, there are women who cannot even decide what to cook in the house. So we have to include everyone, which is fair. Equity is fairness. We have to include all the women till the last woman on this planet is included. So we will have to live in a very gender neutral society. We have to prepare ourselves and the future for it. And here I would again like to congratulate Mr. Bhavat that as a man, he has gotten so many women together. We need more metrosexual men like him. And these, we have to basically not, this Women Day is not a battle fighting of men against women and women against men, or we complaining against them, but it is to make them understand so that they change their mindset, because any amount of laws, as we've seen, you can't change until the mindset changes. And mindset will change how? Mindset will change. It will change when you start teaching your children from the home, bringing up the boy and the girl together as equal children. Not that, the boy is like for blue and guns and cars and he's not sissy enough to cry. He'll go into alcoholism. Don't worry, he won't cry. He'll make you cry more. And girls, is for pink and dolls and, she has to cook and all. No, nothing doing. If you want to do, you want to do. If you love cooking, it's all right. But if you don't want to, you should have the choice. If you want to dress up, if we dress up, it's for ourselves. And let no one take that into account that, we're dressing up for someone else. Let us be the individual we want to be. That is going to be a gender neutral society. Now what is happening is women have to, the stereotypes. Still we are running into stereotypes. The woman in many houses, she is eating the food last. At times, the food is not left. And with her empathetic nature, she behaves in a manner that she's had a food. Nobody knows her sacrifice. No wonder our Indian statistics are that 55%, that is more than half percentage of Indian women are anemic. And these we women who are anemic, we have to undergo the menstrual cycle every month. We get pregnant. This is all biological. So there's nothing one can do about it. Yeah, but then we should get a proper nutrition, no? When the child is in the womb, the nutrition is taken from the mother. When the child is she's lactating, again the nutrition is taken from the mother only. And she is the last person who will eat the food, the leftover. By the time she's so tired, maybe she won't eat only. And this is also going to have an effect on the child. So our maternal mortality today also is 27 per 1,000 deliveries. It has decreased. I mean, everything is not to be painted black, but what the truth is should also be known. We have to get it down. So please start eating your food. Do this as a favor to your child, and the men, please understand, at least you love your child, if nothing at all. All this, the pressure of having a male child. These are the stressors, the moment. She can't even decide whether she wants to get pregnant right now or not. Within 1 year, it's like, then you are going to give the good news. So she has to work also, she has to earn also, but she has to not think of a career that she wants something to achieve something. Her job is just to get some money home to help in the financial resources, nothing more, nothing else. And if she dare compete, well, she's gone wonky. Not of it is there with all the males, but yes, the situation still is down. Very, very grim. Domestic violence is being faced by 1 in every 3 women, and 8 of us are sitting here. So These are Indian statistics. So we have to, if all the speakers could please put on their, I could see them live. It would be very nice if we could take a pledge of being included and work. Now that we have got a chance, given by someone who believes in the equality of gender, let us all take this pledge of inclusion. Let us, at least 8 of us, take this pledge of inclusion and work for it. Include all the women. If a woman is, being herself, do not put her down. There is a tendency for us to do it. That is also an unconscious mindset set by the patriarchal society, that any woman who wants to speak, who wants to get up, who wants to have a voice for her own, who wants to, create something, who wants to do something for herself, is seen as something very different. Yes, if you want to be different, be different. Be, have respect everybody's individuality. Be a voice for some woman. Please don't suppress anyone's voice. You can go and be a voice for some woman. If you can't, at least let her do her own work. Don't put her down. Let her be. Now, again, I think I should now, before starting, I think I should start with my story maybe now. That's what we are all here for. And as they say that every woman has a story. Every woman has a story. And I take pride in being the first permanent commissioned psychiatrist, lady psychiatrist of the Indian Army. And yes, it's not an organization for women in the sense that, the male perceive the armed forces to be. But right now we're in the combat also. So if she wants to go, if she thinks she can do it, let her do. She's flying also. She's flying in the combat zone also today. Let her do it. Let her decide for it. If she decides, fine. If she feels she can't, fine. Why is it that somebody else has to decide everything, what you are going to do? So, in a way, I perceive myself to be very blessed to be born in a family where, I was a daughter, female child born after generations. So my birth was celebrated with a lot of pomp and, happiness was there when I was in the house. So at least that much is something which I'm very grateful to God for. And as far as my family goes, my parents did not differentiate between me and my brother. But I can't say this for my extended family, no. Even after I got a seat in the medical college, I do remember till now one of the relatives saying, why spend money on her? Get her graduated and get her married off. How will it help you educating her? When my father, said that she can do it, she's got a seat. So he stood up. My mother and my father stood up against the relatives. And that is why maybe I'm sitting here today. So that was my first brush with gender bias. But naive that I was at that age, and since it didn't affect me, it just brushed by. And retrospectively, I can now analyze so many things. So it didn't give me that, you can say those goose pimples, which I feel now actually I'm feeling. That what it would have I been if I had such a life. Next, obviously, is the marriage. Well, people will say that, what I'm going to mention is that she is one of the least adjusting women, but then, adjust we have to from the very next day in another house. Is it so easy to know everything that they do? You have to gradually set in. You have to take your time. So there are always people who give you your space, and there are always people who do not understand that this space is required. And that's where the problems start. Now, since I was in the armed forces, I had a degree of being an MD. I did my post graduation before joining the armed forces. So my maiden surname changing it would have been very difficult. And to be very honest, I would be alien to myself if I was put another person's surname. If Mr. Bhabad can understand, if he becomes Mr. something else, what would he feel like? His whole identity would be changed. So with this excuse in hand, I did not change my maiden surname. I still say that I have a very good husband who supported me, and but uh, I feel that someone still I feel someone supported me. A favor has been done. Okay, but in a gender neutral society, why should this be? Why should this be? Just try and change your name. Just see how you all have. I know how that identity changes. And it can't change overnight the way people think that now, somebody else's parents are going to be your parents. It takes time. Give if you are not going to give the woman that time, that's where the problems start. My major gender bias is what I faced is in the workplace. I have a lot to thank the organization for. Whatever I am today, it is due to the organization. But then that's where, yeah, I had all types of bosses. It's a organization where once in 2 to 3 years you get posted from one place to the other, and so you have new bosses. So this is my observation. It's an individual story, so this is what is my observation. Please don't generalize it. But what I observed is that in a workplace, it is so easy. Men will, have their drinks. They will crack the non-veg jokes, which will be very difficult for the women, to stand and hear. So they will be in their one corner, and the women folk, they will be in their one corner. And the bonding between the boss and the males who are working is increasing, no? So a woman has to maybe work 4 times more, and then only it is accepted that she works. And if she has genuine causes for taking leave, that is also, something which is like disproportionately, it is some of the people, some of the bosses are people who taught me what is humanity. They had that equality thing inside them. Those are the bosses I would like to pay my gratitude to. But there were many I had to, there were many who wanted me not to, as a woman, if there's a, there are two colleagues, and even if I'm the senior one, uh, it was not acceptable to them. It was not acceptable for some males that, you are the senior person in a department, in the workplace. So these issues, I think we all have faced. But these issues are very, I mean, I won't say they're trivial, but there are women who are facing much more, issues. Be their voice. Education is the key to every problem. You teach a man, you are teaching one person. You teach a woman, you teach the whole family. And that is how the progression of a nation, is how do we know which nation, how we ranking the nations? And it is very rightly said that the development of a nation is known by the status of a woman in it. So let's all, you know, hold our hands, be inclusive again, I would say, take this oath to carry this work of equity forward. Be the voice, include everyone, and let our individuality be. We want a gender neutral society. And to the men who are listening, we don't want to compete with you. We want that, as nature has made us, we complement you. A man and a woman complement each other. That is when there is happiness, that is when there is joy, and that is when there is peace. And peace is something which is really, really, really required in this world right now. So, with this, I end my talk. Thank you for the patient hearing and gratitude to everyone, and a happy Women's Day.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am, and happy Women's Day to all once again. And so हमारे पास टाइम का हर बार जैसे होता है उस तरीके से कमी है, तो हम जो 8 स्पीकर्स, जो गेस्ट स्पीकर्स आए हैं हर कंट्री से, तो उनको इनवाइट करने का अभी समय हुआ है. सो लेट्स इनवाइट आवर अनदर गेस्ट स्पीकर. शी इज फ्रॉम मलेशिया, मिस निर्मला देवी ma'am. She's a ESL educator, HOD English language, MIE expert and trainer. So ये designations मैं इतना ज़्यादा अच्छे से पढ़ नहीं पाता या मुझे ये नहीं लगता, तो so let's welcome ma'am once again on this wonderful platform, and over to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Aakash Bhabad, for the invitation and also short information about myself. First of all, happy celebrating Women's Day for all of us here. Thank you so much, Dr. Harwandan. I really get a lot of information from your talk just now. So hopefully all of us will be working collaboratively in order to find success with one another's achievements. Well, in this year's theme for this Women's Day celebration is Digital Innovation Technology for Gender Equality. So ma'am has spoken just now, a lot of information she has given about gender equality and how to transform changes and all that. But for me, I'm very thankful to my mom, especially because from younger age until now, she has been always a supportive pillar to me in my successes, especially in education. So right from kindergarten up to now, whatever I achieve, I always regard to my mom. She is the pillar of my success. Along the journey, it is not easy to find success unless we are being helped from one another by other people, doesn't matter men or women. We need each other's help in order to come up. So I regard my success as well to my husband and also all those people, educators who have been with me in this digital transformation. I've been teaching for the past 23 years. But then for the past 5 years, I've been involved myself in digitalization, where I get to learn a lot of information related to Microsoft digital tools and also Google digital tools. But I'm more comfortable in using Microsoft tools. From my end, I'm teaching in an elementary school. So I get to teach my students how to use the digital tools, because these are the younger generation that need to be trained in order to use the tools in order for them to learn and survive in this 21st century learning. So at the same time, so upon learning these Microsoft tools, what I did was actually I've been engaging with many educators locally and globally in order to train many educators as well as the students to get themselves involved in using technology tools. So in Microsoft, we have a program called Microsoft Innovative Educator Expert Program, where this program is offered free by Microsoft globally. And all the countries around the globe, we have this Microsoft company. So the educators can actually tender their application in the month of May. From May to July, the application is open. So for me, after getting this MIE expert title and master trainer, I find that I get to meet many wonderful, incredible women in many fields where I get to learn, because learning is a process where you get to, develop yourself. Okay, through professional developments in many courses that I've attended for the past 5 years, the courses have actually gave me ideas on how to develop myself, how to carry myself either online or offline in order to give talks related to technology-based matters. But actually, when looking at my background, I've been teaching language for the past 23 years. I have been confined to my own classroom in my own setting in order to finish the syllabus and train my students to pass the examination. But then after joining this global community in engaging the learners to use technology as well as the educators, I find that I've been exposed not only in my own setting, but also outside world. So I get help from many other educators around the globe in order to progress further. So for the progress and successes of what I'm getting, it is not measurable through awards or recognition. It's the passion and love that I have in order to learn the usage of these technology tools and to train others. So it is doesn't matter whether I get the recognition or not. It's not the matter. But the thing is, I get to help people. So once I get to train many other educators, their educators are able to train other educators and their own students as well. So once we train our students, we can find that the students improve tremendously in using multiple tools. So once they improve in using multiple tools, at least when I'm giving them the projects or project-based learning, at least they are able to survive by themselves. And I managed to train my students to train other students so that we can create a group of students who are able to get the expertise and train others. So at the end of the day, it is not that the success of achieving recognitions for me. What is most important is that the knowledge that I've given to my students and other educators, is multiplying. So once the knowledge is multiplying, we get to see many success stories from the students and educators. So I would like to share my slides just to show about some of the initiatives from my end in the country, where during the pandemic, prior to the pandemic, we have a platform called Delima. It is a digital transformation actually a platform by the Ministry of Education of Malaysia, given to the educators and students, whoever studying and working in a government sectors, education, government primary and secondary schools. So we are able to use this Delima platform in order to engage our learners. So Mr. Aakash, can I share screen just to show a few slides?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You can.
All right. Sorry, because I thought my screen is frozen. Okay. So, all right. Platform called Delima, where we can use this Microsoft, Google, and also Apple technology. So these three main gigantic technologies are being embedded here, so the teachers can choose to use which technology is comfortable for them. So prior to pandemic, we already have this platform. So during pandemic, it was very easy for me to choose any of the platform to use. And I was mainly using Microsoft platform, and many other educators, they were using Google platform. So if you can see, we can choose from Apple, Microsoft, or Google in order to engage our learners, either using Microsoft Teams or Google Classroom. Okay, and then okay, so if let's say we choose to use Microsoft technology, these are the tools that the students and teachers can use during pandemic and also even now. Okay, so if let's say the teachers choose to use Google Classroom, Google technology, so the students and teachers can use all these tools in order for them to engage with the learners and get connected. Okay, and even Apple technology as well, so they can get connected with the students. All right, so and also these are some of the tools available on this platform for students and teachers to use. And also if you find this part, okay, the teacher can actually improve themselves and upgrade themselves in professional courses and also in getting certification. For example, Google Certified Level 1, Level 2, Microsoft Certified Educator, and also Apple Education Learning Series. So it's just that the teachers have to decide whether they have the time, they have the passion, they have the love in order to engage themselves in technology. Okay, so this is Microsoft technology that I'm going to talk a bit about, where the teachers can actually go to Microsoft Learn and they can get to do free courses, whereby these free courses will be very beneficial for them in professional development. Some courses are paid, but then most of the courses, they are free. So the teachers can actually decide which is their preference in order to get themselves certified. So I just want to show something. Okay, I will just, I'm going to share screen. Okay, hang on. Okay, so the educators can actually go to Microsoft Learn. Okay. Okay. Okay, they can go to Microsoft Learn. So once they are in Microsoft Learn, there are many courses and many platforms for them to choose where they can get themselves not only certified, but also they can join this program, Microsoft Innovative Educator Expert Program, in the month of May and also December. So when they have this opportunity, they can get themselves certified for free. How to do it? They are given few questions based on phase 1 and phase 2, and these teachers, they can prepare themselves prior to the nomination in order for them to nominate themselves. So this is self-nomination kind of thing. So most importantly, the teachers need to use Microsoft tools that I've shown just now, for example, Kahoot, Bunsy, PowerPoint, Microsoft Teams, and many other tools which are available online for them to use and create a kind of PBL project-based learning for them to engage the learners. Then once the nomination is open, they can tender the what do you call, the proof based on the question being asked in phase 1 and phase 2, then phase 3 as well, in order for them to be selected by the Microsoft of their own countries. All right. So let's say, for example, the teachers, okay, you can go through quite a number of information here. Career path, learning path, and courses, educator center. So you can go through one by one in order to get yourself equipped with many other information related to digital tools. And if let's say you want to get yourself engaged in this, so what you can do is that very simple step, you can just sign in. So once you click sign in, what is going to happen is that you will be brought to another web page where you need to create an account for you. So let's say if you have an account, so you can just sign in using your username and password. But let's say you do not have an account. For those educators out there, what you can do is that you can create an account. So my connection is quite slow, but if let's say you happen to see, you can go to just something, a small window will pop up and you will just have to click on create one. So once you create one, so you will have to answer a few simple questions. You just have to type in a few information about yourself, and then the account will be created. So once the account is created, you can do as many courses as you want. Okay, for example, I have an account, I will click here. If you don't have an account, just create one. All right. So once we log in, and then you can do a lot of courses there. For example, you can take courses about Wakelet, Flipgrid, Minecraft. So what is your passion to try? You can also try out to take courses like related to 21st century learning. So once you have this hub, so you can keep track of your progress, and also this will be taken into consideration during the Microsoft Innovative Educator Expert Program. Okay, so so here there's some information that I can just scroll for you to see the courses that I've done, and the certificates are automatically rated. And in my end, Minister of Education, we have a professional development PD web page where we can record all these recognition that gotten from Microsoft. So it will be taken into consideration. So maybe in your end, in your country, I'm not sure about the professional development web page, but you can always take this into consideration as a professional development where it gives a very high value of certification and also badges. All right. So perhaps those educators out there, you can go through this webpage, Microsoft Learn, create an account, and then you can browse through the courses and all that. So you just have to click, let's say, Wakelet. You have to click Wakelet, and then you have to go through the courses, right? So these are some of the glimpses of information that I would like to share, because it doesn't happen in a day, and it takes time. Success it actually takes time, and we need a lot of support and collaboration in order to find global incredible educators like all of you. It is not happen in a day. Like Rome was not built in a day, so we need to help one another in order to come up in life and also in our education field. So with that, I would like to wish everyone happy celebrating Women's Day together, and let's support each other. That's all from me. Thank you so much, Mr. Aakash, for the opportunity given to me. So this is the least I can share with the educators here.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am, for the wonderful sharing. So today we have little time limits we have. So everyone have only 5 minutes. So हम सब लोग टाइम में कंप्लीट कर पाए. So इसलिए वो टाइम लिमिट है, नहीं तो मुझे कोई ये नहीं. So it's time to invite another guest speaker from another country, and we are inviting our next guest from Italy, and she's Melissa ma'am. So she is an international speaker, teacher. So let's welcome her on this wonderful platform. Welcome, ma'am, and it's over to you.
Thank you a lot for inviting me here, and I'm very happy and very proud to be as a speaker here this afternoon, this morning, this evening for all of you. Can I speak? Can I share my screen?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Just a minute.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, now you can.
Thank you. Okay. Present. Okay. Let's begin. Hello, everyone. My name is Melissa Esposito, and I am a high school teacher. I've been teaching mathematics for 29 years, and I deeply love my job because it allows me to always be in contact with the younger generation. And with my work, I always try to leave a mark in their minds and their hearts. I am interested in teaching and teaching methods that make my way of transmitting engaging and interesting. I have founded numerous twinning projects involving different European schools in which we explore different topics related to mathematics and the objectives of the 2030 Agenda to promote sustainable development and education for sustainable development. These projects have always received the national and European quality label because they always brought students closer to innovative and interesting methodologies. I also write texts for a platform called EduBoom, which offers educational videos of various disciplines, and my skills allow me to show concepts in a simple way, math concepts, that are often complicated for most people. Teaching a job that is often abused and little recognized is, in my opinion, invaluable. Our gratitude goes to the teachers. To the teachers we have loved in a special way for the legacy, for what we have learned. Being a teacher is a profession that carries great responsibilities. Its value is incalculable. For this to really be the case, you need to go good initial training and the desire to always be up to date. It is not enough to transmit one's knowledge. It is necessary to mediate between the knowledge and the student. A teacher must foster values and master new technologies, various resources, assessment, emotional intelligence, etc. I try to be a good teacher. In fact, I take care of every single student, and I have a different approach to each one. I offer an inclusive education, an empathetic and focus more on learning than teaching. The key word, therefore, is integral education, that is preparing young people to face life. The role of the teacher and the importance of collaboration is very important. With the new educational challenges, the role of the teacher has changed. It is no longer a matter of merely transmitting knowledge, but of becoming a guide in the teaching and learning process. The ability to coordinate with other teachers offers great advantages, and as it happens, for example, in our twinning projects. For example, the learning opportunities for teachers increase. It is possible to share conflicts and reduce stress and overwork. By working as a team, you acquire part of the experience and points of view of others and exchange strategies and methods. Mutual help and collaboration increase motivation, enthusiasm for new activities and projects. I think I have enriched myself a lot after these collaborations. Interdisciplinary projects improve knowledge management and class attention and facilitate the connection between subjects. As Aristotle said a lot of years ago, educating the mind without educating the heart means not educating at all. Much more than teaching, I work with knowledge and with people. I'm not just a subject matter expert or someone who can listen or love kids or both. I am rather a figure who enjoys his job and with her pupils who still has personal goals to achieve. As Aristotle said, it is not enough to transmit knowledge. It's possible to teach and love students at the same time. Teaching a subject is more than mastering its contents. It is crucial then that this content has meaning. At the same time, there are other important aspects such as defining functions, delimiting responsibilities, discussing and negotiating the working and evaluation methods, and then transmitting values, stimulating creativity, critical thinking, collaboration. Teaching with passion. A teacher who approaches his work with a passion always establishes a relationship with the student that goes far beyond the classroom. It is rather a relationship of mutual help and esteem. The student must be allowed to learn and overcome his or her limits. One must not just aim for the mark. Teaching means leaving a mark in someone's life forever. The strength of a master is transformative when he believes in what he does. The school undoubtedly has the power to transform society. Today's teachers use new methods to foster active and collaborative learning, work on creativity and discovery. They bet on the development of skills necessary to enter and move in today's society. They have a passion for teaching and are motivated professionals. They know that being up to date allows them to do their job better. They love the life choice they've made, but most of all, they love working with human beings. Transforming education as possible challenge, considering the child much more than a passive container of information is the great challenge of current educational systems, which are often still reluctant to grant the student an active role. There are many schools that have now abandoned the traditional frontal lesson. The idea is that the student should finish school with more than just theoretical baggage. We are talking about a space in which one can learn to be critical, to accept only ideas based on solid, empirically confirmed arguments. Transforming education means offering 360-degree teaching, making use of new methodologies and cooperative and collaborative learning methods. Transforming education beyond the book. Transforming education is the commitment to put human development before textbooks. It allows the use of resources such as smartphones and tablets in the classroom. It also overturns the spaces and times established by the school system, breaks the established schemes and raised notes. It certainly requires a greater effort than the classical frontal lesson. Textbooks are in their own way comfort zones. More resources, transforming education means, in other words, more time and more work, and above all, more uncertainties. The student searches the teachers as a guide and an orientation. If learning is built brick by brick, the student creates content from different sources of information. Meanwhile, also learn to distinguish what is reliable from what is not. I wanted to speak to you a little about alternative educational methods to the traditional school. I love flipped classroom method. This method serves to revolutionize the class. At home we study, and in class we carry out activities and group work. Children can access educational content from home using ECT with teacher-created videos or blogs. The student, in this way, is the protagonist, takes part in engaging activities, in a dynamic and interactive learning. The teacher becomes a simple guide. Another methodology that I love is project-based learning, or PBL. The main objective is to learn by doing. The result is a final design that provides an answer to real-life problems. The priority, in reality, is given to the process itself, rather than to the end. With this method, the student learns to apply the acquired knowledge to heterogeneous and changing contexts, therefore to better understand reality. And now I want to speak to you about the most favorite teaching method, gamification. Transfers the game to the educational context. It is a way to motivate the student to learn while having fun. As with any game, a goal and a working method must be established. You can also establish levels, challenges, and prizes that help direct the game and adapt it to the content to be broadcast. And then thinking-based learning, a series of guidelines provided by the teacher stimulates the student to reflect. Addressing a theme or content in a reflective and critical way is the main objective of this methodology. Making the decisions questioning. For example, the reliability of information helps to develop creative thinking, to understand reality more deeply. Transforming education, a new teaching and learning dynamic. These, together with other alternative methods to the traditional approach, make it possible to develop the teaching and learning dynamic. Storing the data with the sole aim of getting a good grade or being promoted is no longer enough. The student becomes the protagonist, and the learning is enriched with new meanings. Although most of these educational methods that date back a few decades ago, it is only now, thanks to new technologies, that they are reinventing and spreading. The importance of ECT, information and communication technologies, are now widespread. It is a natural presence that children have lived with almost since birth. The new technologies offer excellent opportunities for the combination of teaching and learning. They help to adapt the information to the students' realities, interests, and objectives. The school and education system in this context cannot stand by or stand on the sidelines of the changes. And the alternatives for the educational challenges, there is still no method that can be considered the perfect formula for learning. The new challenge is the educational and social fields is to prepare young people to be citizens of the future. In conclusion, a greater effort is needed compared to the frontal lesson in which the student occupies a passive and receptive position. On the other hand, it is difficult to evaluate learning with a simple exam. So alternatives that involve children in an active and motivating way are welcome. My speech is ended, and I want to thank a lot Mr. Aakash Bhabad for inviting me to this important conference. It is a great privilege for me, and I thank you again and again.
Thank you, ma'am, for the wonderful sharing. So,
A lot.
Yeah. So
I'm very honored for your invitation. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am, for accepting our invitation. Actually, it's a privilege to connect with all the international guests, actually. So we have now timer, and strictly we have 5 minutes, right? So we will invite one more another guest. She's from Georgia. Actually, she's connected with us first time, and now she's little tired, but we will invite her, and she will get more energy, and of course she will transfer more energy to us also. So let's invite Miss Katia, ma'am. She's from Georgia. She's English teacher, and welcome, ma'am, on this wonderful evening, and over to
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Today I'm gonna read a story which is inspirational and which can give you motivation. This story is written by me. The house seems abandoned. Nonetheless, it's not vacant. It has a life of its own. The structures we inhabit bear a great responsibility for who we become, how we behave, or how the outside world works upon us. There are cracks in the walls, or one can notice a bulky nut tree in the yard, the only enemy of the house, and the roots are growing under it. All the other houses in the street are so new and so neat, with large window panes and smooth walls. Mold grows on the ceiling is noticeable. The room smells musty. The roof leaks when it is raining cats and dogs. Moisture soaks carpets. All the furniture is covered in dust and thick cobwebs hang in the corners. Floorboards are creaking as you touch them. A tailor resides there with his daughter and wife. Mom has to work all the hours that God sends. A 3-year-old girl named KB stays home all alone and has no fear of anything. Regardless of her age, she is aware of how to sweep and how to do the dishes. KB holds a broom bigger than her and cleans the whole street with immense pleasure. From time to time, she wanders outside with other kids. The family encounters plethora of difficulties. Father is an alcoholic. He cannot control the amount of alcohol he drinks. Every single day, the wife implores him not to drink anymore. The man cannot repress the emotions that make him nagging. They are unable to avoid disagreements on account of his aggressive behaviors. He conceals money and does not provide his family with it. The girl is a witness of the daily arguments between spouses. She does nothing but weep. Everything she sees has a profound impact on her mental condition. She needs a shoulder to cry on, but she has no one. In the dead of night, she cries her eyes out and dreams of having her own room. She is eager to possess a bed and not to share it with her mother. Sleeping is uncomfortable in that confined space. The sound of snoring bothers her, and the smell of alcohol makes her gag. Every time she decides to invite her friends, she changes her mind because of her dad's weird actions. She has an inferiority complex and is afraid to be laughed at by her classmates. When KB comes home from school, the situation is totally unbearable. Her father, called OT, reclines and sleeps unconsciously on the couch, and strange men continue giving a drinking party. She can feel tears welling up in her eyes. She wipes away tears and goes to the roof of the house in an attempt to be invisible. This is the only venue where she can study in a peaceful environment. KB has a great desire to become a prosperous person and to prove that even the child of the drunkard man can achieve goals and reach the summit of success. She reads books voraciously but indiscriminately. KB encourages herself. Stand up for your dreams. Stand up for what you want in your life. Do not squander your time stressing about things you cannot change. She grows up and her aspiration to be successful becomes stronger. She gets a laptop as a present from the president because of her good academic achievement. One day she is at her cousin's, and one of her relatives remarks that it is grossly unfair to give a computer to the boother's daughter. Upon hearing these words, she blinks back tears and slinks out of the building. On that day, she becomes much more determined and aims to study harder. Her dream is to become so famous that she can say out loud, Yes, I'm the daughter of that drunkard man, and I have done it. Life is replete with difficulties, and you are obligated to overcome them. You are not allowed to lose motivation. You don't belong only to yourself. You should strive for your goals. Regardless of the challenges you deal with, you must not give up. It does not matter how many times you suffer failure. What matters is that you don't stop trying. Love and accept yourself as you are. The key to success is not to feel jealousy of other people. When you are dependent on yourself, you won't be let down. Build a life worth fighting for and devote time to your happiness. That's all from me. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, ma'am, for the wonderful story. And okay. Okay, so let's invite one more international speaker, and she's from Dubai. So everyone knows about her. She's our author also, and 2 times world record participants with ABCD International. And let's welcome Dr. Daphne Soris ma'am from Dubai, and she's a business coach. Especially works for women to start their own business, I think. And welcome, ma'am, and over to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Aakash, and good evening, good morning, good afternoon to our chief guest and also the wonderful speakers. I'm really enjoying sitting at this session. That's why I volunteered to be your timer also. You are doing amazing, ladies. I'm really proud of you. I'm a business and a leadership coach, the founder of Carousel Mums Business and Leadership Coaching. I'm also a counselor and an NLP master practitioner. I'm really excited for this event that Mr. Aakash has organized in honor of women, because they say that behind every successful man is a woman. But here we are having a wonderful man behind us successful women. So if we are supported by such young, energetic, handsome, talented men, what more do we women want in life? And I like the way our guest of honor, our chief guest, has said so many wonderful things about women. And it's true that we are living still in that ancient time of stereotyping women. The way your grandmother, great-grandmother lived is not in the times we are living. Till now, you'll find men saying, I want fresh food in the house. I need my breakfast, my lunch, my evening tea, my dinner to be freshly cooked. I will not eat it because my mom did this, because my grandmother did this, and my great-grandmother did this. And who are you today coming into my house and think that you are too big for your boots? My dear friends, we are not too big for our boots. We are not proud. The thing is that we are wise. Women are full of wisdom, and we are born with managerial skills. Each woman is already an entrepreneur, a business lady, because we deal with so many areas in our home. We are the driver, we are the babysitter, we are the doctor, we are the cleaner, we are the cook. We are every damn thing that you can name on this earth. So keeping this in mind, we already are born with managerial skills, and we already know how to be more equipped and upgrade ourselves. So we know the microwave is there, the fridge is there, the deep freezer is there. So why not use our wisdom? You are paying for electricity bills, right? So we love you men, literally we love you very much. And we don't want you to just be spending your money, spending on Diva and the different companies we have in different countries for electricity. Why should we have you paying the bills? Because we love you so much. So we want to make use to it that we should really use the fridge, use the microwave wisely. That is what our aim is continuously. Just give me a second to just have a sip of water. Thank you. So yes, my dear people, we are using our wisdom because we are very passionate. We love our men. And by the way, I don't know why you guys are scared that we should go out somewhere. We women have too much on our plate and we are not interested in other men at all. You are the one who fears that we may run after other men. Why? Do you feel you're incompetent? You don't have enough talent? Or what is the problem? Because we are not that way. But think twice. The more you are possessive about your woman, no, she should not work, she should not talk to men, she should not do this, she should not do that. Life is not in our hands. No one has seen tomorrow. And God forbid, may Allah Bhagwan forbid it, but we don't know whether we will see you tomorrow. And if the good Lord should say, come to me, darling, I want you, what will happen to you, wonderful men? Have you for once thought what will happen to that woman who you so much say you love and you're possessive about? How is she going to raise the kids? How is she going to pay the house bills and manage everything? You don't let her know things, how the family is running. She cannot question you. She is not told how much money is coming, how much is going, where the bank balance is, where she can turn to. No, you don't want her to have financial stability because you fear she might go to other men. But she is, we women, I can vouch for every single woman. We damn care to be running here and there. We are not flirts. And those women who have gone the wrong way, they are forced because you men force them to do wrong things. Why is it always said that correct your daughters, keep her under control? Why not say control your damn sons and your men first? It takes two hands to clap in any relationship. It is not only one-sided. It is not only the woman. It's okay when the man does everything and not when the woman does something. So correct your sons from day one. You let them to play cricket, football in the streets. You let them go everywhere. And then when they turn big, you're telling them to behave and respect and help in the house when they get married. They're not going to do it. They never learned that. Teach them from day one. So my friends, if the good Lord should call you today, you cannot say, I'm not coming. You have to go. And we say, tata, bye-bye. But what happens after that? She's falling at the door of other men. Do you realize that? She will knock on other men's doors to ask for money. Why? Because she needs to educate your kids. They are your kids. The kids are born of a man and a woman. So she is begging for money to educate your kids, to feed your kids and run the home. Do you think you can rest in peace? Think about this. I will leave you with this food of thought. So men, think and act wisely because behind every successful man is a woman. And all we need, as a chief guest has said, we need your support to love us, support us, and wow us so we don't have to fall at the doors of other men. Thank you and God bless. Congratulations to Mr. Aakash again. Man, I'm really proud of you. Whatever you're doing, you blow my mind off. I don't know what you come out with every day. Something he has to come. So amazing. Really proud of you. Salute you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. It's your blessings only and God's grace. So your support always motivate us to take lots of initiative, and we are talking about initiatives. Then I would like to share one initiative with all of you. So we are actually trying to set one new record with 111 principles on 19th March. So any principal in your contact, you can invite them to participate in such a world record. So they will also become a part of that, and they can be featured in one world's biggest book by principals on character building. They can also share their story in that. So I really feel it's only God's grace, and we create such a logics, and that is only because of the mentors. And so it's time to invite one of the mentor of Bhabad International Publication. So let's welcome Mamta Awasthi ma'am. She's from Madhya Pradesh. She's a life coach, and yes, of course, she's writing a book also, and very soon she will launch. So let's welcome ma'am on this wonderful platform, and over to you.
Thank you so much, Aakash. And yeah, you will be launching my book. I am already announcing it once I get over with it. It was lovely listening to all the females who are actually empowering each other. And somehow this is my forte. This topic of today is somewhat in which I have been working for since years. लेकिन एक बात मैं यहाँ पे I would want to actually say, ये fact कि we are celebrating International Women's Day itself tells us that we are lacking something. Somehow I feel, why do we need to feel that we need to be empowered? This is a fact which I would want all of you to realize. It's high time now, and we have come out of a lot of struggles. I know that there are a lot of females in the villages of various countries where the problem of women empowerment still exists. We are there to help them out. But the fact is, why don't we accept the natural facts which are with us? Why don't we accept that men are physically stronger than women? We have got our own weaknesses. We have got our own strengths. We are very strong with soft skills. We are very strong with emotional and mental balances. And the same way, we should also accept our weaknesses. I'll tell you a very small story about acceptance. In Gurukul, there was a priest, and one of his followers one day said, what is the way in which we should lead our life for happiness? The priest said, come on with me, and he took him to a garden where there were various rows of roses. He said to all his students, please go and bring the biggest rose or row of your row. But the condition was that a person, if he has passed a particular path on the row, he was not supposed to return back. So many people, what they did is, they saw the largest rose in the first beginning itself, but they went on crossing. There were some who waited कि शायद आगे जाने के बाद they will get a bigger rose, and that way many people came back without the roses, or they came back with a smaller rose in their hand. So they were not satisfied with their flowers. Then again, the priest said, now again we'll change our norm and you start again. So the next norm was, bring the most beautiful rose. And then everybody moved in their row, and they plucked some or the other rose and brought it to the priest. But then at the end, you know what? Everyone was having some or the other rose in their hand. And this is what is acceptance. That rose in the hand made them very happy that they have also achieved something today. So my point is, acceptance leads to happiness. So if we are here together, let us not fight, have a gender fight with each other. We should accept our weaknesses. We should accept our strengths, and this acceptance itself will lead to happiness. Let us be fluid. Let us be knowledgeable. Let us educate ourselves as well as our friends. And let us not forget the fact that empowerment for women today is necessary because of many women of the past also. And that is something to be noted. We should be capable of making a strong base for women coming in future, that they don't need any empowerment anymore. One more thing I would like to use this platform for is, I always feel that my life, my rules is a very in thing these days. So whatever we do, whatever we decide, whatever we wear, however we move, whomever we interact, should be our own will, definitely. But do we ever realize that there are certain acts we also do which actually lead us towards lot of embarrassments, towards lot of pulling down in the society? We also need to educate ourselves on these grounds. Somewhere I feel that we all women who are now almost celebrities in our own fields, we should take up this task of educating women in the right manner so that they don't need any empowerment. Thank you all so much. It was a nice listening to all of you, and let us be together forever. Thank you, Aakash.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am, for the wonderful sharing. So we have another great international speaker with us, and she's Ashia Zoher, ma'am, and she is from Morocco. So let's welcome her. She's a teacher, international speaker. So welcome, ma'am, on this wonderful platform, and over to you.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, please start video.
Okay, thank you. 1 minute. Hello, everyone.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Yes, like I'm so happy to join this event that honors women on their International Day. My gracious wishes thanks to ABCD International Family and the Bhabad International Publication for inviting me for organizing this event. Thank you very much. I will introduce myself. I'm Asia Zuhair from Morocco. I'm an elementary teacher since 2009. I'm interested in integrating technology into education. I'm chosen the best teacher in 2021 from the international organization IKES Education Awards. I'm also a Microsoft Educator expert and a trainer. I'm also honored to be chosen a leader woman in the STEPN initiative organized by Kennesaw State University of American and Benmsic University of Letters and Human Science. Today I'd like to talk about a part of my life. I hope it will inspire others, and I hope all benefit from my previous experience. When I was 3 years old, my life changed as I had a traffic accident and lost my right leg. This accident made me live a different childhood. At the time, when children loved to play and move, I used to work with crutches. But thanks to God, with the help of my family, I was able to get over all my difficulties because they always encouraged me. I used to participate in all activities inside or outside the house according to my own needs. When I went to school like other kids, I loved studying and I worked hard. I got help, support, and encouragement from the school management and teachers. So I respect and appreciate them so much, and I want to thank them from this restaurant. Although I was bullied by children and it bothered me at first, but I found love and encouragement from my surroundings. I started to overstep all the bullying words and no longer care about them. My studies were so successful. I was always at the top of my class. I continued to study till I joined the university. After that, I chose to go to teaching. In 2009, I started my career as an elementary teacher. I love teaching, and it is my favorite profession, and tried always to help learners overcome their difficulties in learning. I was always researching and creating new strategies, activities, and new ways of learning. Modern technology helped me to do it. Integrating technology into the classroom motivates learners to learn and help them to develop their skills and abilities. That's why I've always developed my digital and educational skills by attending various training courses that helped me to win several awards in teaching nationally and internationally. including the certificate of expert teacher and expert trainer from Microsoft, and the title of the best teacher from EKS Education Awards. From my own experience and life and my professional experience also, I wanted to prove that it's not impossible. With self-confidence, persistence, and strong will, we can achieve our goals and dreams. Finally, thank you for your gracious invitation. Best wishes for all women all over the world to be the best and get all success, health, and happiness. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am, and please take care. All the best. And now it's time to invite one more guest. And my spiritual mentor says human mind have it's a habit to take credit from everything. So whatever we contribute, whatever we do, we take credit. So I suppose if I do something, suppose I do this event, and so then I will tell people I do such events and I do that things and I do that things. So it's a human mind behavior actually. But he always said, don't take credit, give credit. And after giving credit, after when you don't take credit, then you separate from your karmas. So it's a philosophy actually. But in real life also, some people work like that. And I would like to introduce one more person, and she's from Croatia. So we met actually online before 2 years actually. That time we just started business summits, and at that time she associate with us, and from that time continuously we are together. And she always helps us to capture the photos, videos, and share with us. So we don't tell her to capture that, but she wants to contribute for ABCD. And that things that's why I share the point that. And she never take credit for that. So she never said I support you, I do that. So never. It's a very ground to earth person. So let's welcome one more guest from Croatia. She's Professor Nada Ratkovic, ma'am. Let's welcome, ma'am, on this wonderful evening. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, respected Dr. Akash, for this opportunity. Really honored and grateful. Like always to be here. My apologize that I come a little later, 1 hour. So I'm here, and today I didn't capture the photos, but I make few
No problem.
this together. A great event, great honor for all the women around the globe be together. I want to say that I have little problems with my camera, so I will little turn and open it. This Women's Celebration Day, I can say that here at ABCD International, always the women are celebrated. So no one day, no 1 week, no 1 month, always our great Sir Akash is doing that. But I want to say this year is really a special topic for the Women's Day celebration. It is called Digital Innovation and Technology for Gender Equality. I have a presentation. I can maybe a little share the presentation, or I will only speak. It's for me the
You can
same.
share, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so this topic, as I said, digital, all innovation and technology for gender equality. Coming from Croatia, working, I have great 2 jobs, so honored at the university, at the Highway School here. Globally works a lot for IIU and for many organizations. And I want to say once again, greetings to all the extraordinary women, as our Sir Akash called them. Happy International Women's Day. Women's Day on this. First, I want to start with a little poem. Dear woman, there's no limit to what you can accomplish. You are so unstoppable force, and as such, only you can decide what to do with your life. I wish you only the best from one woman to another. Do not let anyone diminish you. This is for the empowering. We need to empower women always. What it means, physical, human, intellectual, financial, in everything what the women are doing. So we are talking about the economic development and the economic growth. If we empower women more in economic and the society, we would have we will have a better economical growth and a better situation for all the women around the globe. And that is the meaning of empowerment. That is the meaning of empowerment, because each one woman really needs to be appreciated, and it needs to give her the value for all what she is doing, even it is educational, economic, political, psychological. So we are really same. We are doing like the man. We are doing everything. And I can say in this digital age, before Corona, that for the time of Corona, and now after, women are really trying to do the best in this digital era. So we have all these skills, competences, and the knowledge. And that is the modern approach if we talk about the digitalization. And we need to help to, we need like educators, entrepreneurs, we need to help to all women around the globe who are living in the rural parts and who don't have opportunity still now to learn about this and to be involved in this digital era. And that is really a reality today, a reality. So I can say that I'm really a woman in a STEM, working a lot now for a few days. I will have in art gallery. We will recognize the women scientists every year. We are doing that. I'm empowering the students to be like this amazing top woman in the world. So they need to have, they need to be good in problem solving. They need to be creative. They need to have the skills, math, science skills, engineering, design thinking, critical thinking, collaborate, like we are all collaborating here. So if we look at STEM occupations of the women today in the world, we see that almost 46% women are the biological science, then in chemists, computer, mathematical, engineer, and architects. I hope this number will grow. We see that women are in the health-related job, in life science jobs, in the math jobs. Our great Melissa, she's coming from the math. She's a teacher of mathematics. So we have so many women which we need to encourage for doing this. And that is a statistic. That is a statistic which we need to follow. 5,1, 5,1. So that is not good for the woman. And looking this, we need to solve the equation. And this year, I can say that really, I'm coming from Europe. This year in Europe is a year of the skills, is a year of innovation and technology. And this digital will empower women more to do, and not only have the bachelor degree, that have the university, and to be after that empowered to be an entrepreneur, a great businesswoman. And it is visible by the gender, what is happening in the world. So we need to follow this. We need to think about this to see what is happening. Is this fair? Is this fair if we say white woman, black woman, Hispanic woman, Asian woman, 2 or more races? We are all equal. Even we are talking about the race, even we are talking about the gender, even we are talking about anything. So I will say again that we in Europe have a women science platform. We are encouraging the women to do more in the STEM career. We are closing the STEM gap. And here, all women together are doing this. We want to make this for all the girls, for all the teachers, for all the parents, support everybody to learn to have the same opportunities. So this is something that the girls and the women needs to have this to succeed in STEM. We need to encourage them from the early education to work for them, to attract them, and to give them the jobs, not because we know. I will say my example. I will say my example in Croatia. I finished 2 master's degree. First was my in engineering. First was my in engineering. Why I after that finished economic? Because like a woman, it was very hard to find a good job. But I continue working in this field. Even I'm in economic, I'm still in this field working a lot in the STEM, encouraging, and because I have the subjects, statistics, entrepreneurship, where I can do on this field. So encourage the women in STEM. You see, with what I do with my students, we have the STEM week now in Europe. We have 4 months of STEM. We have a big scientific European Union platform. And these girls, these women are encouraged, and you need to do that. You need to help them. We have this STEM Discovery Campaign 2022, now is 2023 starting, and helping them. So we are talking about gender equality. Take care. We are measuring this with the Gender Equality Index. We can measure, it is following for every country all around the globe. We are looking from inequality to equality. What is happening on the work? We know what is happening the work, a big difference between the salaries, wages of the women. If we talk of money, women still receive lower earnings and income than men in European Union, and not only in European Union, all around the globe. If we talk about the knowledge, women, even in my country, I cannot see this difference, but when we look the statistics, we see in many countries that still the man has more knowledge than a woman, but that for me maybe something that I cannot still understand. If we address the time, we have a division of time to the other activities. So I can say power in politics today. Still more women need to be in politics. Even I'm unpolitic, but if we want to solve this problem, we need to have that kind of woman. If we talk about the health, also we have a lower gaps which exist in the field of health. One example at the end. What is happening to women? So we have one in my town in Sin. So, pardon. In my town in Sin, where I live, we have a woman who is laying here. Now, before maybe a few months, we started an action, and that started the woman, this action. The woman which has a portrait which the price is $20 million. You see, she comes to Croatia, to my town, for the time of the war. She was ill, she died, and nobody didn't care about her. So you see this portrait of Valley News valued at 20 million. So is does this need to happen today? I think that we need to all fight. We need to take care about this. And as I said, it was a secret till few years about this woman. Nobody didn't know that she was here in my town and this portrait to see how she was the violence against the woman. So become faithful always to your original nature, self-confidence, femininity, helpness, goodness, good housewife, communication skills, grace, elegance, the ability to accept happiness. These are women. These are strong, powerful women, and we need to be like that. And this, what is observation of United Nations, is not only for one day. And my conclusion is that our great Sir Aakash is doing an amazing job. He is encouraging women. He's helping the women in everything, in publishing. So Sir Aakash, a big clap for you, for your great work. And I'm really honored and grateful to be here today. Thank you. Thank you so much. And thanks to all amazing women here on the stage. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am, for the wonderful statistics. Actually, we need a girl scientist. It's your day, Women's Day, and I really want to share some more things, some more statistic. I think around 90% women are in core team of Bhabad International publication actually, and actually women do more work. जैसे मैंने देखा है बहुत ज्यादा काम करते हुए, जो भी उनके पास रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी आता है वो बहुत अच्छे से कर लेते हैं। और हमारे जितने भी जेंट्स कोर टीम मेंबर्स है उनको बहुत बार वो काम बताना पड़ता है, फिर भी सब साथ मिलके आगे बढ़ेंगे। ग्रोइंग टुगेदर, इट्स आवर कल्चर, सो लेट्स मूव अहेड। So let's welcome one more guest. She is also an author, poet, global speaker, I can say. And let's invite Dr. Nidhi Bansal. She is from Delhi. And over to you, ma'am. Yeah, welcome.
Thank you so much, sir. And it was such an enriching experience to have, been audience to so many wonderful ladies, wonderful, sinfully talented women from all across the globe and listening to their peace of mind. And Dr. Daphne, I would definitely, if I have your attention, you gave us food for thought. And I'm sure it must be really difficult for few men out there who would be listening to us to chew it and digest it. And definitely a very inspiring, a very encouraging words for all us women. And I hereby put my words. I looked up the store. Stacked and stuffed. The topmost shelf, I shelved my dreams. Denied, deprived, and desolate. Cobwebbed and often choked. Often I tried to reach them. They seemed distant and deserted. The second shelf, I stalked them of opinions and suggestions, scarcely being picked up. They lived in oblivion and in waiting. The third shelf seemed quite interesting. It was a neat array of thank yous, sorries, pleases, it's okay, and forgiveness. All I labeled and lined up, ready for use as often. The bottommost shelf seemed a little overused. It spoke of timeless dedication, relentless labor, devotion, unbiased love, forgotten sacrifices, duties. Yet it shone in all dedication and satisfaction. This is what we women are all about. And when we talk about women, let us talk about emotional empowerment. That is what we all need right now. We women need to be heard. Sometimes that is empowerment for us, that we have someone out there listening to us. And today, I would like to thank Aakash Bhabad sir for giving us this wonderful opportunity to be heard and to be heard globally, because this emotional empowerment we all need most of the times. And today we women stand for each other, stand for each other's support, living with each other in that endeavor, in that aura that we need to build for ourselves. And as women, we are an epitome of grace and elegance, and are supremely gifted and thereby needing no empowerment at all. But we sometimes forget to value ourselves. Let our dreams fade into oblivion, forget to live for ourselves. We have always taken pride in everything that we did. We love giving ourselves chances, not one, not two, but as many as we can. And strongly believing in the ideology that if we don't, who else will? We pause and we poise. We garb and we guise. We may cry at the drop of a hat and yet nurse a broken heart with a smile. We are women, and that isn't enough. Give us lemons. Give us lemons, and gone are the days when we would make lemonade. We are going to make tequila shots for us. We are going to live life beautifully, glamorously, queen size. And tell me who can challenge us for that. Growing up as a community and growing up in abundance, hand holding each other, living for each other, and smiling for ourselves. Each day as we empower ourselves to be a better version of what we are, spreading happiness and with a deeper sense of gratitude to all those who stood by us, accepted the way we are, acknowledged our existence, applauded when we needed, lent a handkerchief when it was required. We love you all. And on this occasion of International Women's Day, we would also like to applaud all those wonderful men who stood by us. And as you say that behind every successful man, there is a woman. So behind every beautiful face, every smiling woman is that progressive man who stood by us, who gave us the impetus to look forward in the right direction and held our hands high. And so today, I congratulate each woman out there who is working not only for herself, for her family, for the pride of the nation, for everything happy that she can do and be in a happy space that she wants to be. Thank you so much, Aakash sir, and all these wonderful speakers today who are spreading happiness and enlightenment. Thank you so much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Char panktiyan zarur sunana chahungi. I'm sure it is in Hindi and most of our foreign speakers would not be able to understand, but I'm sure actions speak louder than words. के नारित्व को नमन है, नारित्व को सलाम, नारित्व की जय हो, नारित्व महान. आप सभी को मेरा बहुत बहुत नमस्कार, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, धन्यवाद.
Super. So as usual, नीति मैम का जो स्पीच था, काफी सारी एनर्जी आप सभी को मिला होगा. So wonderful speech. Thank you मैम. So और 4 लाइन भी आपके बहुत अच्छे थे लास्ट के. तो काफी कुछ हम जब हम सब साथ में काम करते हैं, सभी लोग हैं यहाँ पे, काफी सारे लोग ABCD से एसोसिएट है. सो कुछ चीजें और भी शेयर करना चाहता हूँ. दिस इज नॉट अ समिट और एनी वर्कशॉप, इट्स अ सेलिब्रेशन इवेंट एंड दैट्स व्हाई आई एम शेयरिंग सच थिंग्स. सो जब हम दिल्ली का इवेंट करने वाले थे तो दैट टाइम हम बहुत सारा ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग चल रहा था. 4 महीने पहले हम वो इवेंट करने वाले थे, पर अनफॉर्चुनेटली हम डिले करते गए. बहुत सारे रीजंस थे, पर स्टिल वो 4 महीने का डिले को कंसीडर करके एक और ऐसा शख्स था जिन्होंने ट्रस्ट किया कि नहीं ये 4 महीने ऐसे ही गए तो फिर भी ये करेंगे, ऐसा कुछ ये नहीं है. एंड तो ऐसे कुछ लोग हैं जो हमेशा सपोर्ट करते हैं. एंड शी इज नन अदर देन श्वेता मैम. सो श्वेता मैम ने जो सपोर्ट किया था, इट वाज ऑसम. सो थैंक यू मैम पब्लिकली. उसके लिए हम ग्रैटिट्यूड, एक इट्स जस्ट अपॉर्चुनिटी टू ग्रैटिट्यूड. सो थैंक यू। और हमेशा जो सपोर्ट करते रहते हैं, आप सभी के सपोर्ट की वजह से एबीसीडी इंटरनेशनल या बाबर्ड पब्लिकेशन दोनों भी ग्रो कर रहे हैं। एबीसीडी इंटरनेशनल वापस ट्रेनिंग्स में आ रहे हैं, काफी सारे लोगों को अभी फिर से नोटिफिकेशन आएगा अगले वीक में। हम सब एक अच्छे प्लेटफॉर्म की ओर जाने वाले हैं, कैसे हम सब लोग मिलके ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन, वी विल ब्रिंग ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन थ्रू दैट प्लेटफॉर्म। So lots of things coming on. So before that, let's welcome our another guest speaker. She is also from Delhi, and she's an educator, trainer. So let's welcome Miss Shweta Kumari ma'am. Welcome ma'am, and it's over to you.
Thank you so very much, Akash sir, and it's my pleasure. And I always consider ABCD as international, as its name suggests, as a family. And when we talk and when we help and when we give something in family, it's like kind of thing that we are giving to ourselves. So so I'm really thankful, and I got an opportunity to be part of this wonderful organization. And it's really nice that in one roof, in one, you can say, window, you had tried bringing all wonderful, beautiful personalities. It was really, uh, I was really overwhelmed hearing you people, all wonderful ladies, because I believe that the beautiful thought, the beautiful uh, nature makes that beautiful personality. And I really find, and I'm really privileged that I am seeing, I'm able to find these wonderful ladies in this wonderful platform. A round of applause for each one of you and for Mr. Akash. Now, is as you people and I have joined this wonderful event for to celebrate International Women's Day. So this beautiful quotation: "A strong woman knows she has a strength enough for the journey, but a woman of strength knows it is in the journey where she will become strong." I will repeat: a strong woman knows she has a strength enough for the journey, but a woman of strength knows it is the journey which will make her strong. And when we are talking about empowerment, when we are talking, this is a subject, women empowerment. And basically, I consider empowerment basically on the basis of awareness. We are really privileged that we have come. I know that everyone has got that story, because if we are here, if we are able to say our story, it was not easy. But we have taken the challenges, and we have started the process of the SWOT analysis, what exactly is important for us, how to handle the thing, as everyone is made up of the Shiva energy, that is masculine and feminine energy. And it's really hard, being in this universe when you are when you are taking care of your professional things and you want to be a great leader, also to balance the personal sphere when you are female, because everyone has got expectation from you. And that God has made, female in a way where she gained that kind of patience, she has got that kind of patience to beautify and glorify things. And it was rightly said that women are the last person, will be the person who will be thinking about themselves, like in the first end. They will be thinking about their, everyone, loved one, they are fine or not. And at the end, they will be taking time for themselves. But after, we should really appreciate the thing and the empowerment still, because we are already empowered, and already we have done many works where we have helped underprivileged category females who are not understanding what exactly importance of empowerment is, to make them privileged. But still, it gives me a sense of sadness when I see, and even through my journey I can share the experience. uh, when I was working with the government projects, I got insight where we were like talking to these categories for their upliftment. Even the schemes, even the privilege were given, but their parents were not understanding the fact, and they were considering females as a burden. They were thinking that iski shadi ho jaye, and if they get married, then that will be a nice thing. But to educate them and to give them some kind of, some time of knowledge that will make her more powerful and that will not look nice. And it was really hard for us to counsel the parents. So now, even after having the schemes, even the government has got the schemes that a kind of many sectors, the sector skills are councils are coming up with different programs where females can get that kind of upliftment. But the emotional upliftment, the basic counseling is required. And as the success story, like moving to the, we can make next, we can take this as a task, as you, Akash, you always take new initiative. I would request we can start with the each state countries. We can form groups and we can go to that area. We can give example. We can even share our own experiences to these parents, and we can empower such females. And if we empower, and I can proudly say that I have approximately in this timeline, I can say that approximately I had trained and I had settled approximately 1,800 female candidates, and now they are placed in good organization. And when they come back and when they say, Ki ma'am, now we are leading a privileged life, and now we have shifted from that slum area, so now I'm just, I'm there in good place. That gives a sense of pride, and वो pride और किसी चीज में नहीं आता. That is a kind of, when you are empowered, and when we share our story, it directly what we are giving to our society, that will speak, that speaks, voice, that is speak, because the female, I am sure every one of you, I know virtually we are there, but I know few of them, I actually am familiar with an introduction. I already know a few of them. They are doing great, and you people are doing great, and we know that it has also been hard for us. And I salute my mom for always, because it's very important that your upbringing is really important and mother's role is very important. And that's the reason it's said, if female is trained, then she can train generations. And I can say I'm one of the examples, because the strength, whenever I was facing that being female, I should do this or not, the training methodology was very simple. She was giving the clear pictures. Even now she used to give the clear pictures, and after that she used to say, now choice is yours. So that was the thing. Even when I started my journey, when I came alone here in Delhi, and that was a strong decision from Ranchi when I started my journey, and when I came here, I was that dream girl, and that was the dream ki mujhe Delhi jana. I want to go in Delhi, and I was not knowing ki why I want to go Delhi, but I was knowing Delhi means capital of India, and I will certainly do something big, and I want to have my own, feathers, so that I can, I can fly high. That was the dream, but I was not exactly knowing the process, but I had the faith in the universe, and I always took guidance of my mom, because she was very much friendly in terms of giving any kind of suggestion. So that matters actually. And after coming here, now I can say, whenever I go somewhere, so people used to set that kind of example. Now also I'm the like training head of the organization. I've worked as a principal in government organizations, and I have always believed the holistic is the side that female can use to balance herself. Because I will just end up by saying this, because as being female, it's really hard to balance the professional and the personal front. But if you use the holistic approach, then certainly universe will help to balance both the aspect, and you will enjoy the life. Thank you so very much for giving me this wonderful opportunity.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am, for sharing your story. So education is important actually. वो हमेशा ही important है, और मेरे पिताजी हमेशा कहते थे कि उनका पढ़ाई नहीं हो रहा। हम एकदम बेसिक गांव से मैं बिलोंग करता हूँ, छोटा सा गांव है हमारा, और वहाँ पे उनकी पढ़ाई नहीं हुई थी, सबसे बड़े थे घर में, और उनका हमेशा यही कहना था कि मैं नहीं पढ़ पाया पर मेरे बच्चों को मैं पढ़ाऊंगा, मतलब जो भी तुम लोगों को पढ़ना है वो पढ़ो। तो मैंने 4th में डिसाइड किया था आई वांट टू बिकम एन इंजीनियर। तो मैंने तब मतलब 4th स्टैंडर्ड में था तब से, और इंजीनियर बन गया। इंजीनियरिंग में जो मुझे करना था ऑफ कोर्स वो कर लिया। अभी ह्यूमन इंजीनियरिंग में बाय गॉड्स ग्रेस एंड आप सभी के आशीर्वाद से काम कर रहे हैं, और बहुत अच्छा भी चल रहा है अभी तो। और मेरी सिस्टर है वो भी अभी MBBS कर रही है। तो उनका कहना ये था कि भले तुम पढ़ाई करोगे ना, तो पढ़ने के बाद बहुत सारे चीजें होती है, तो एजुकेशन इज इम्पोर्टेंट, और एजुकेशन होता है तो कहीं भी जाए, हम किसी भी हालत में रहे, सब कुछ सॉर्टेड हो सकता है। तो इम्पोर्टेंट है, और आप सभी लोग सपोर्ट करते हैं, जैसे आपने बताया कि इनिशिएटिव्स लेने चाहिए। तो ऑफ कोर्स मैं हमेशा सबको ये कहता हूँ कि आप लोग सजेस्ट कर सकते हैं क्या ABCD इनिशिएटिव ले सकता है। वी आर नॉट NGO, हम वी आर कंपनी, बट वी वर्क एज ए सोशल एंटरप्रेन्योर। सो हम सब लोग एक्टिविटीज कर सकते हैं, काफी सारी एक्टिविटीज होती है, और उसके साथ आप सभी लोग सजेशंस देंगे और क्या कर सकते हैं और क्या कर सकते हैं, तो अकॉर्डिंगली हम सब साथ में मिलके बहुत सारे काम कर सकते हैं। और ऑलरेडी कुछ ऐसे कंसेप्ट्स ABCD इंटरनेशनल फैमिली के द्वारा लेके आ रहे हैं, अगले वीक में सभी को मिलेगा वो नोटिफिकेशन। कुछ ऐसी चीजें हैं जहाँ पे हम अपने लाइफ के 5 सेक्टर्स पे काम कर सकते हैं, पर्सनल, प्रोफेशनल, हेल्थ, वेल्थ, स्पिरिचुअल, सभी थिंग्स पे काम होगा वहाँ पे, and we can help peoples also. So lots of things coming. Just अभी हम थोड़ा ग्लैमर की दुनिया में जाने वाले हैं, तो उससे पहले एक और इनिशिएटिव के बारे में मैं शेयर करना चाहता हूँ कि ABC भाबड़ इंटरनेशनल पब्लिकेशन ने एक और इनिशिएटिव लिया है। सो वी आर सेटिंग वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड फॉर पुलिस ऑफिसर्स। 75 पुलिस ऑफिसर्स की स्टोरीज को हम एक बुक के थ्रू लेके आना चाहते हैं, और उस बुक के बाद बस इतना ही नहीं रुके हैं। बहुत सारे लोग बोलते हैं कि आपका बिजनेस में मतलब अभी कम हुआ है क्या, बिजनेस कम हुआ क्या, आप अलग अलग चीजें कर रहे हैं। तो मैं उनको ये बताता हूँ कि मुझे अलग अलग चीजें करने का जरूरत नहीं है, मैं अलग अलग चीजें पब्लिकेशन में, एजुकेशन में लाना चाहता हूँ, जिससे ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन हो, लोगों के अंदर वो इंटरेस्ट क्रिएट हो। तो इसलिए हम ब्यूटी विद ब्रेन कंसेप्ट को लेके आए थे, और सक्सेसफुली अटेम्प्ट किया भी था 6 अगस्त के इवेंट में। फिर उसके बाद ब्यूटी पेजेंट्स है, उसके बाद हम अभी पुलिस ऑफिसर्स के लिए जो वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड बना रहे हैं, तो उस दिन हम पुलिस ऑफिसर्स के लिए एक शॉर्ट फिल्म भी बनाने वाले 15 से 20 मिनट का, जिसमें वो डेडिकेटेड रहेगा पुलिस ऑफिसर्स के लिए। एंड ऐसे कुछ चीजें होगी जिससे लोगों को अच्छा लगेगा, बाकी लोग भी देखेंगे, NGOs देखेंगे, कॉर्पोरेट्स देखेंगे, लोग देखेंगे, अप्रिशिएट करेंगे उन लोगों को, और कुछ ऐसे इनिशिएटिव्स पे लोग काम करना शुरू कर देंगे, अवेयरनेस क्रिएट कर सकते हैं। और यही मकसद है। वी आर नॉट फाइनेंशियली सो मच स्ट्रॉन्ग, बट स्टिल वी डू, एंड आप सभी लोग कंट्रीब्यूट करते हैं, आप सभी लोग हेल्प करते हैं, सपोर्ट कर पाते हैं, कॉन्टैक्ट्स मिलते हैं, और बाय गॉड्स ग्रेस ये सब चीजें इजीली हो जाती है। और यही चीज है। तो ग्लैमर की बात हो रही थी, तो लेट्स वेलकम वन मोर गेस्ट। शी इज मिसेस इंडिया इंटरनेशनल 2019 सोशल एक्टिविस्ट, और काफी सारे इवेंट्स में वो एज ए गेस्ट जाते हैं। तो उससे पहले मैं एक और चीज बताऊंगा, मैं भी कल एक इवेंट में एज ए गेस्ट जाने वाला हूँ, आप सभी के ब्लेसिंग से। तो वुमेन्स का ही इवेंट है, अवार्ड फंक्शन है, तो वहाँ पे एक बुक लॉन्च भी है, और बस इट्स गॉड्स ग्रेस। सो लेट्स वेलकम आवर गेस्ट, Miss Siddhi Jori ma'am. She is from Jodhpur, Rajasthan. Welcome ma'am, and it's over to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Aakash. It's always a delight to be part of any of the event. A very happy International Women's Day to all the extraordinary and amazing women present here, who were my co-guest speakers, who are the honorable chief guest from all around the world. As Mr. Aakash has already introduced me, I am Siddhi Johari from Rajasthan, Jodhpur. I hail from Kathmandu, Nepal, but from last 9 years, I have been settled to Jodhpur, which is called Sun City. The art of all arts is to make one's life a perpetual victory. Everyone has the will to win, but very few have the will to prepare to win. So I salute to all the women who have always prepared themselves for the wonderful, optimistic attitude, who has always been victorious, who has always fought the journey in spite of all the challenges or all the hurdles or all the struggles they might have faced, but they have overcome and made their name and has created a great history in womanhood. Cheers to womanhood. Cheers to the inspiring women power that they all possess. With this, I would now share, because today's theme is sharing our story. So let me tell about, in crux about my journey. So professionally, I'm a clinical biochemist. I was always a hardcore medical professional. So this Mrs. India and all this entire glam journey, it was never ever my cup of tea. To be very honest, I never dreamt to win the title of Mrs. India, Mrs. Galaxy Queen India, and so and so. But as we all say, that when there's written something in your destiny, then no matter what, howsoever, it always comes to you. And I have always believed in the energies given to us by the universe, that no matter what, whatever you do, however you continue with your journey, the journey of life, the universe will always bless you with what you deserve, and the destiny will give you that will always be proportional to your potential. Hence, as I said, I was a practitioner in clinical biochemistry field, and I was serving as supervisor of biochemistry department at AIIMS, Jodhpur. So AIIMS is basically the most premier clinical medical institute of India. So having my experience there, meanwhile, I had the opportunity, life gave me this wonderful opportunity to participate in the starting of this journey was from the district level pageants. And slowly and gradually, when I was becoming the title winner of each and every competition at city level, district level, and state level, hence I got the opportunity to be the finalist from my state, that is state of Rajasthan, the royal land of Rajasthan. And I got the chance to represent my state at national and international levels. And I fortunately, with all of your best wishes and by God's grace, I won the title, the main crown of Mrs. Galaxy Queen India and Mrs. India International. Hence, thank you so much. Hence, being the title winner, I never had this inclination that usually we see in women and ladies, that, females, they get inclined towards the glamour world or to, acting field, or maybe, they would choose the field of building their career in this dimension. But somehow I was always convinced towards, giving back to society. And I always believed in that somehow the core purpose of beauty pageants is not just to, materialize your titles, your victory, just to make money, but the core objective is to be an influencer, is to be a change maker, is to be somebody who can pass on the message to the society and can bring some influential changes. So this is why I chose, and thankfully my family, my friends, including my close relatives, my own husband, they all always supported me that yes, you should go for something which is really a noble cause. And hence I started working for the welfare of the society. And by God's grace, automatically I got such opportunities by its own that so far I was always fascinated in giving something back to society, and accordingly I got the opportunities. As I always say, that we attract energies from the universe. So the kind of thought I was having, probably I attracted the same opportunities from the universe, and I got the same platforms. So currently I'm working as National Brand Ambassador for Women Empowerment, National Health Education Ambassador of India by World Book of Star Records. I'm working as National Health Education Ambassador. Along with that, I'm working as State Vice President of National Youth Council of India. I'm working as a State Brand Ambassador for a free educational app called Vidya Foundation. And one of my international engagement is with United Nations, where the Executive Director of United Nations has honored me and blessed me as Brand Ambassador of Indo-Nepal Green Mission. So in a summarized way, I would like to summarize all of my work profile here as I'm working for women empowerment, I'm working for youth empowerment, I'm working for health sector, for health education sector, as well as child upliftment, education field. And also currently I have started a campaign in my city, and slowly it is going to expand in all of the cities of Rajasthan and then beyond, for thalassemia patients, because we all know that thalassemia is a life-threatening disorder, which is a genetic, a very rare condition that happens since childhood, since birth. So awareness and knowledge needs to be spread. So these all things are the, some summarized point of my journey, of my profile, of the work that I'm doing. Additionally, I would like to mention few things here about women. So in Indian ancient history, till the date, women, they always have been the symbol of power, symbol of creation, symbol of all sorts of energy that one can imagine. So goddess Durga, goddess Lakshmi, goddess Saraswati, they themselves are the iconic example since ages, since centuries, that goddess of creation, goddess of wealth, goddess of prosperity, and goddess of education. They themselves are the empowered women. And I believe an empowered woman is not just the one who believes in empowering herself, but she should be the one who believes in empowering all other women of the community, all the surrounding women, and all other colleagues. So this is what a real empowered woman is. And this, in true sense, would be women empowerment. And I don't believe in the stereotypical concept that we need women empowerment or we need gender equality. Somehow I believe that women, they are already empowered. They are so full of powers. The changes are required rather in our society, that they should be rather made aware of how to adapt with those empowered women. Isn't it? I just want to see in my chat box, like, who agrees to my point, what I have said just right now. Because we all have powers, we all have that zeal and enthusiasm. We all are blessed with so many skills and potentials. But the platform, the scenario that we see in our society, in whatsoever community, in any part of the world, rather we need an empowered men's society as well as the entire community to have the adaptability to those set of empowered female population. Women, they are the real architects of the society. They are the half of the population of the world. So that itself says us in ratio and in statistics that how empowered they are. So let's not talk about women empowerment anymore. Let's talk about how to make the world an appropriate place so that these empowered female can adapt in and sink in and can work and can be, merged, or they can work in synchronization, shoulder to shoulder with men population. So every woman is a queen. So no matter what, as I always say in all of my speeches, that we all are the queens, and we should always assume that we all have the invisible crown over us. And I can understand with the expressions of Mr. Aakash that I need to now cut down my speech, cut down my words here. And I am truly blessed to be the part of this auspicious occasion of International Women's Day. Thanks to all the patient listeners who have joined here today to listen to us. And thanks to you once again for giving this right opportunity to let us gather here and to express our journeys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. And expression के अलावा दूसरा कोई option भी नहीं है मेरे पास. तो इट्स एक्चुअली फिर मैसेजेस आते हैं ना पर्सनली, इसीलिए मुझे वो टाइम का लिमिट रखना इम्पोर्टेंट है आज के दिन। बाकी दिन तो मैं इवेंट में इन्वॉल्व नहीं रहता। So thank you once again for sharing a wonderful story and your achievements. So today we have one more guest with us, and she's also from Delhi, and she's a educator, author. So let's welcome Miss Preeti Saraswat ma'am. She's from Delhi, and welcome ma'am on this wonderful platform. Over to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, Aakash, sir. And it's really totally privilege of mine to become a part of this event. Very pleasant good evening to one and all, that, you know, all that empowered women. And yes, the successful men behind every successful ladies. So thank you so much, each and everyone. And if I talk about today's topic, that yes, we have to talk about women empowerment, or we need to motivate others. I feel that I am no one to motivate anyone, because I always feel I don't have any much specific things to motivate others and all. But still, I always go for my journey as a normal person and all. But basically, I got some people like Aakash sir or some of my close one who motivate me even, and they realize me that you can also motivate others. So actually those golden words inspire me, and I know somehow how can I inspire others. I'm not sure enough that I'm able to inspire others and all, but still I want to share my journey with you. Maybe it touched to your heart, but I can begin my journey with an average student, and I always feel that how can I motivate others, and even I need a motivation. So start my journey as an average student, and by 10th I thought that I'll be able to pass as fine, but still by God grace, I cleared with good marks, but still not a very good percentage over there. And as parents usually feel that, yeah, if she'll be able to pass and pass or get a better marks, hardly matter. But that moment I realized that I have to do lots of hard work to get such word that, yeah, I proud on my daughter and all. I know I worked hard, and I got a first position. I topped my school in 11th, and in 12th I became a head girl of my school, and I won the best debater trophy in school. And but still my journey begins that moment. I didn't get that word. I proud on my daughter. Then I start hard working on that such words from with my father. So that moment, I also got a best debater trophy in my college, and I got CR, college representative, and I got the highest score in my college life. That moment, my father said, he didn't say that I'm proud of it. He said that you are my son. That moment was a most memorable moment for me, because I got something more than expecting. And that moment, I started my journey, and by God grace, I get a good family, supportive family, but still I feel something is lacking, because what I feel, whenever we feel satisfied, we stop somewhere. So yes, when I get into it, media field, I did my mass communication, PGMC, but still I switch my career as a news reader, as even I worked with All India Radio Station for 1 year, but I got married, and yes, it's not about, you can say that forcefully, but yes, it's amiable approach. I turned towards the academic field. I did my B.Ed, then M.Ed, then M Education, MAMC. I got 3 PG degrees, and then I become an educator. Yes, I still face a challenge, because I got so many responses like, ma'am, you need to do hard work. You're not able to get inspired children. You need to, you don't have some spark. You don't have such a caliber to, hold the students. But I didn't take it as a negative one. Within 2 years, I got appreciation letter from CBSE, and I turned to be a PGT. And that even one of the school told me that you cannot able to work PGT over there, and better to start with, it hardly matter for me, the PGT and TGT, only matter the words that you cannot do this. I don't like that word, that why I'm not able to do so. If I'll do hard work, I'm able to do so. I'm not able to compete others, but I want to be compete myself only. So it was really a privilege, privilege of mine totally. That moment I got a best teacher for my 11th, 12th, and my students gave me such a note or a heart on that day. Ma'am, you are a mother teacher, and you always, touch our heart. So that, and I love your strategy to teach. I always believe in teaching in a fun way. So that moment, journey begins, and I said, no, I need to do something beyond the academic. So I would like to inspire the students. They actually need some motivation that they didn't get from their parents and all. Everybody wants to get marks and all. So yes, that moment I joined so many people. Like Aakash sir also motivate me to get an article. And the first moment I joined as event in Mumbai, then 75 others or for 75 articles, and that movement really it life turning event for me, and I started my journey. And yes, I'm involved in 3 more and MG world record event as well, and I always willing to work with him, because I feel that as he motivate others, we should also motivate others. Not even that we are good and we are just some excellence. That means everyone needs one push up. That if you realize them that you have a caliber, everyone can do this. So we are not talking about that I can do it and we can do it and all. I feel the females have a power to do anything else. You have to just motivate them, push them, and need to be a supportive hand towards them. So that moment I realized one of the interview in Kapil Sharma show, and one couple was there, and both of them from the police fraternity. So the wife or the female lady was saying that Kapil Sharma asked one question: what's the difference between both of you? You both from the police department, you both from their own head from their department. So the female, that ma'am said, yes, I'm proud on myself because I usually do encounters. The lady did the encounters in more than 100 encounters, and he said, I can do anything else. Like I'll do encounter, I keep my house clean and everything, household things. I take care of my kids. I'll manage all the relations, but you cannot do all these things. You can do only your duty. So that movement, it's really realizing one female can do each and everything, but they didn't need a kind of, make me say that kind of award and kind of support. No, we have to feel pity on women's. No, they have power to do more and more and to show their enthusiasm and all, because we never compare others. This is reality. Both are parallel. So what I feel that special day is not for the competition. It's just for the competency that we have to work together, because बोलते हैं गाड़ी के 2 पहिए हैं, दोनों के एक के भी बिना एक अधूरा है. So we cannot compete. So on this note, we are just going to stop my words, because overall my story, just to hold on the point that we should not compete with the males. We have to be parallel to each and everyone and just lead the life. It's going to be beautiful. This is the simple thing. If I am able to, start my journey with average to be such a level, and one of student asked me one day, ma'am, how many awards you want? You always involved somehow in that article writing, book writing, then you involved in summits and all. I feel that I all want to be myself satisfied. This really matters. So that's the only reason females have to be live happily, work happily. Don't take it as a burden. So on that short note, would like to end few lines. Actually, I really love poetry, and I used to write also poetry. Even I'm writing in one of the topic also. So Aakash sir, this is an intuition to you. I'm going to working on next book also. So be ready to publish my next book as well. So I'm writing my poetry as well. And many thanks that you published my first book titled My Budding Teenagers. And still, sir, I'm getting huge response from many schools. Many principal teachers usually message me, ma'am, you have wonderful writing you have done. So I really want to be great to you, because if you'll not push up me, ma'am, please do writing and you can do this. It could not be possible. So thank you so much. And now I would like to sum up my, you can say the story with few words. ये basically इस concept के ऊपर है कि हम नारी को या विमेन को अवार्ड क्यों दे और कंपेयर क्यों करें, क्योंकि बिकॉज आई फील व्हाट शी वांट्स दैट्स द सेम थिंग आई वांट टू शेयर विद यू। द वर्ड्स आर, नारी को सम्मान दिलाने का अभियान चला रखा है। ये समाज के लिए है कि नारी को सम्मान दिलाने का एक अभियान चला रखा है। बैनर और भाषण एक दिन का जलसा और तोहफे का एक दिन, हम शोर मचाकर बता रहे, हम भीड़ जमा करके ये जता रहे कि नारी तेरे लिए एक दिन का हमने सम्मान बचा रखा है। हे नारी, तेरे लिए एक दिन का क्या हमने सम्मान बचा रखा है? सो नारी का रिप्लाई है, मैं नारी हूँ, गर्व है मुझे कोई पर्व नहीं चाहिए। संकल्प करो कुछ ऐसा कि अब सम्मान मिले हर नारी को, संकल्प करो कुछ ऐसा कि सम्मान मिले हर नारी को। यह सम्मान मिलने से मेरा आधार है कि जो वर्किंग नहीं है, जो हाउस वाइफ है और कुछ भी, चाहे वो वर्किंग ना हो, कुछ भी हो, सम्मान मिले उस हर नारी को। बंदिश और जुल्म से मुक्त हो वो अपने खुद अधिकार को, बंदिश और जुल्मों से मुक्त हो और उसके खुद अधिकार हो। सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट कोड, जो हम चाहते हैं कि हर नारी को उसका सम्मान मिले, प्यार मिले, साकार मिले और ये दुनिया सुंदर बने। सो ऑन दिस नोट आई एम समिंग माय वर्ड। थैंक यू सो मच, रियली प्रिविलेज ऑफ माइन।
Thank you ma'am for sharing wonderful story. Actually जब आपका वो इमोशनल स्टोरी जब सुनता हूँ या हम सब लोग सुनते हैं तो एक्चुअली इमोशंस मतलब सभी लोग इमोशनल हो जाएंगे, शायद मैं भी होता हूँ कभी कभी। क्या होता है ना कि हर एक के अंदर वो एक रहता है कि मुझे कुछ करके दिखाना है और कुछ ऐसे प्लेटफॉर्म्स मिलते हैं तो एक्चुअली मैं एक ऐसा एग्जांपल हूँ कि मुझे काफी सारे लोगों ने हेल्प किया है ऐसा समझने से मेरा मतलब ये है कि जब मैंने ऐसे कुछ चीज चाहिए कि मैं ये करूँ, किसी के लिए करना है या खुद के लिए करना है, तो मुझे काफी सारे सपोर्टर्स मिल जाते हैं। जब भी मैं ढूंढता हूँ ना तो मुझे मिल जाते हैं। मैं हमेशा ये कहता हूँ कि आई एम वन ऑफ द लकी पर्सन जिसकी भगवान की बहुत ज्यादा कृपा है कि मैं जो भी सपोर्ट, अगर मुझे अभी कुछ भी चीज करना है, कोई न्यू इनिशिएटिव लेना है ना, तो उसके लिए कोई ना कोई मुझे हमेशा सपोर्ट करने के लिए रेडी होता है। उस तरीके से मैं शायद सोचता हूँ।
उसका मैं रीजन बताऊं, जो एक अच्छा इंसान होता है ना, अच्छे दिल का होता है, उससे पूरी कायनात, भगवान भी उसकी हेल्प करने लगा देता है। तो भगवान भेजता है आपके पास उसकी हेल्प करने के लिए। तो आप लकी इसलिए कि भगवान की ब्लेसिंग है आपके पास, आप बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं इसलिए।
यस, थैंक यू मैम। और वुमेन्स की बात हो रही है तो अभी ऑलमोस्ट सभी स्पीकर्स का हुआ है, वी ऑलमोस्ट एंड। So I really appreciate my mother also. She is not so much educated but she is very मतलब क्या बोल सकते हैं, बोलने के लिए ऐसे शब्द नहीं है। इट्स रियली ऑनर कि ऐसी माँ मिले और सभी को मिले बेसिकली ऐसी कि जिसको हर बात अपने बच्चे की अच्छी लगती है। अभी मैं जो भी चीज पूछता हूँ कि मम्मी ये कैसा है, तो हाँ अच्छा तुम करोगे वो अच्छा, तो इसलिए मैं ज्यादा कुछ सजेशन नहीं मांगता। कभी कभी अच्छी चीज भी वो ना हो जाए, तो इट्स रियली ऑनर की ऐसी माँ है। और वुमेन्स के लिए काफी सारे इनिशिएटिव्स होते हैं एबीसीडी में भी और पब्लिकेशन में, बिकॉज लॉट्स ऑफ वुमेन्स एसोसिएट विद अस। तो लास्ट 5 मार्च को हमने एक बुक लॉन्च किया था जो भी वुमेन्स के रिलेटेड था। सभी के स्टोरीज इस बुक्स में है। कल एक बुक और लॉन्च होने वाला है जिसमें भी अराउंड 40-45 वुमेन्स का स्टोरी फीचर किया गया है। तो कल वो बुक लॉन्च होगा। Well, doing lots of things for women as well as men also. So सभी के लिए ये प्लेटफॉर्म है, सभी के लिए वो अपने जो लाइफ के 5 सेक्टर्स है उस सभी पे भी काम होता है। और आई होप आप सभी के ब्लेसिंग्स, आप सभी का सपोर्ट कंटिन्यू आगे रहेगा और हम सब साथ मिलके आगे बढ़ेंगे, सब साथ मिलके इनिशिएटिव्स लेंगे। और जैसे मैम आपका बुक था, मैंने आपको ये एग्जैक्टली आपने बताने से पहले मेरे माइंड में थॉट आया था, आप अभी ना पोएम्स का ही बुक लिखो, पोएम्स का ही लिखो, क्योंकि आपके जो पोएम्स है आप ऑन टाइम पोएम्स लिख सकते हैं। तो इट्स ग्रेट। और स्ट्रैटेजिकली हम कोई भी चीज को अगर प्रमोट करें तो इट्स ग्रेट। आप हमेशा जो भी ऑथर्स है, यहाँ पे बहुत सारे ऑथर्स है ऑलरेडी अपने साथ, जो ऑलरेडी पब्लिश कर चुके हैं ABCD के साथ या पब्लिकेशन के साथ अपने। तो आई ऑलवेज से कि एक स्ट्रैटेजिकली अगर हम गए ना, तो हम अपने बुक को ब्यूटीफुली यूज कर सकते हैं एज अ बिजनेस टूल, एज अ प्रोफेशनल टूल। क्योंकि बुक सेल करके अर्निंग ये किसी का अभी नहीं रहा। मेरे मेंटर्स हमेशा बोलते हैं अभी नहीं है, बुक सेल करके अर्निंग नहीं होगा। बुक को यूज करो एज अ बिजनेस टूल, एज अ प्रोफेशनल टूल, बहुत ज्यादा अर्निंग होगा। और आई यूज दैट। मैं आप काफी सारे दिनों से देखते होंगे फेसबुक और इंस्टाग्राम पे। एक्चुअली मैं यूज नहीं करता, पर बहुत सारे फोटोज आप देख पाएंगे कि मैंने बहुत सारे लोगों को गिफ्ट दिया है बुक। मैं वो बुक इसलिए गिफ्ट देता हूँ मेरा, क्योंकि वो एकदम सिंपल लैंग्वेज में लिखा है। और मैं ऐसा चाहता हूँ उसके पीछे कि लोग इससे पढ़े और उनको लगे कि अरे ये तो एकदम सिंपल है, मैं भी तो लिख सकता हूँ या मैं भी लिख सकती हूँ। तो उनको वो कॉन्फिडेंस मिले कि भाई हाँ लिखो, आप कम से कम लिखो, छोटा सा बुक है। तो वो मैं गिफ्ट देता हूँ, उसका मतलब यही है। और इट्स मैं उसके पीछे भी कुछ रीजंस और भी है। तो अपने बुक को, अपने पब्लिकेशन को कैसे, अपने बिजनेस को उसको बूस्ट करें, बहुत सारे रीजंस होते हैं। तो जो भी ऑथर्स है, जो भी न्यू ऑथर्स है, तो अगर आप भी चाहते हैं कि आप अपना बुक अच्छे से पब्लिश करें, स्ट्रैटेजिकली उसको लेके जाएं, प्लीज कनेक्ट, वी आर रेडी टू हेल्प। बहुत सारी चीजें होती है, हाँ डिले हो सकता है, ऑफ कोर्स आई अप्रिशिएट, आई एग्री। मैं ओपन प्लेटफॉर्म पे भी एग्री करता हूँ, डिले हो सकता है, पर वी आर कमिटेड। तो रिजल्ट्स हम देके रहते हैं। और बेस्ट सेलर के लिए भी हम सपोर्ट करते हैं। बेस्ट सेलर, वी हैव रिसेंटली 4 बेस्ट सेलर ऑथर्स, तो और भी काम चल रहे हैं। सो लेट्स वर्क टुगेदर एंड ग्रो मोर। सो दैट्स ऑल फ्रॉम माय एंड। अगर किसी को कुछ शेयर करना है तो डेफिनेटली प्लेटफॉर्म इज ओपन। अगले 10 मिनट्स में हम वाइंड अप करेंगे। तब तक एनीवन वांट्स टू शेयर एनीथिंग, प्लीज शेयर। और एक और चीज, अपना जो ग्रुप है, तो प्लीज फीडबैक देना मत भूलिए। जो भी फीडबैक्स लास्ट सबमिट्स होते हैं, जो भी चीजें हैं, सजेशंस आर इम्पोर्टेंट। आप सभी लोग बड़े हैं, आप सभी लोग एक्सपर्ट हैं, आप सभी लोग सजेशंस दे सकते हैं। काफी कुछ चीजें होती है, एक्टिविटीज होती है, उसमें आप पार्टिसिपेट कीजिए। आप बताइए कि क्या हो सकता है और बेहतरीन क्या हो सकता है, तो उस तरीके से हम सब लोग मिलके काम कर सकते हैं। And that's all from my end. Thank you for accepting my invitation, our invitation. Thank you for giving us an opportunity to serve you. And certificates जो last submit के थे, तो आयुषी मैम, वो सर्टिफिकेट्स हम डायरेक्टली सबमिट करेंगे सभी एक्सपर्ट ट्रेनर्स को, क्योंकि टाइम बहुत हुआ है और कुछ स्पीकर्स भी नहीं है। और अगर आप आयुषी मैम कुछ शेयर करना चाहते हैं तो एग्जैक्टली शेयर कर सकते हैं। मैगजीन एक लॉन्च था, जस्ट आप मैगजीन का शेयर कीजिए, एक बार स्क्रीन शेयर कीजिए, एंड वी विल क्लोज। तो एनीवन वांट्स टू शेयर एनीथिंग, प्लीज कोई भी शेयर कर सकता है, इट्स ओपन टू ऑल। एंड मैगजीन के पीछे भी एक रीजन था। मैगजीन बहुत दिनों से हमारा चल रहा था कि स्टार्ट करेंगे, एंड फाइनली वी लॉन्च फर्स्ट एडिशन, एंड इट्स बिकॉज ऑफ द मेंटर्स हेल्प, लॉट्स ऑफ मेंटर वी हैव। टुडे वी हैव वन मोर मेंटर विद अस, ममता मैम, एंड इट्स अ ग्रेटिट्यूड टुवर्ड्स हर। तो मैगजीन में हमने ये किया है, उनको अप्रिशिएट किया है।
थैंक यू सो मच।
आयुषी मैम, आप प्लीज मैगजीन का शेयर कीजिए एक बार। और या इट्स द फर्स्ट पेज ओनली, फर्स्ट पेज ही शेयर करना है, बाकी हम शेयर करेंगे बाद में। बाकी हम बाद में शेयर करेंगे, इट्स फर्स्ट पेज ओनली। ओके, तो ABCD इंटरनेशनल वॉच टावर इज मैगजीन नेम। आप सभी को ये मैगजीन ही मिलेगा अभी, सो डोंट वरी। सो थैंक यू ऑल फॉर योर सपोर्ट। हाँ, अभी क्लोज कर सकते हैं मैम। Thank you. So you all know Ayushi ma'am. It's one of the very important person in ABCD International and Bhabad International publication. She do lots of things. Yeah. Okay. I hope कोई share नहीं कर रहा है. Anyone wants to share?
Yes, I will.
Wind up.
All, thank you, Mr. Akash, once again for a very well organized event. Congratulations for all your book, for the police and for the principals. I think this is really thinking out of the box of, how to and what to do. And yes, you share that your mom is a very simple woman. I will tell you, because of a simplicity, you are so pure and so organic in all that you do. There is no, nowadays there is so many different mirch masalas put together in everything, that you have the fluffy clouds, fancy ribbons put over things, but you are very organic, and this credit would go to no other woman but your mother, who is so pure, so simple, so down to earth. I would say, even at the level you are with all the credentials, you yourself are down to earth. You cannot deny that you are her son, born of a simple woman of faith and love. So we salute her, and we would really love, my humble request, and I'm sure all the women will agree with me. Number one is that I think we women can empower the women globally, because we are all coming from different countries. Let's unite under the banner of Mr. Aakash, and let's empower the world. And second thing is, I want an event. I want an event soon, Mr. Aakash, and in that it should be to honor your mother. We want her on the thing. We want to salute her, because the gift of you is because of her. If she was not there, you would have never come into this world. Let's, face the honest facts about it, right? You're here in this world. You're with us. You are educated. You're even alive, is because she sacrificed so much to nurture you, to raise you, to make sure that you went to school, you slept well, you ate well. So if you will please honor my humble request, that we would like an event where we can honor your mother. And we would like to maybe have, women all speaking and other people, 5-minute speakers to in honor of your mother. It should just be in honor of your mother. Do it when she is there. Later on, I do not accept this when people later on, let's face the facts, no one comes here to stay in the world forever. But after that, people, try to praise, and they will cry. They'll do a lot of things. Honor people, love people when they are alive, when they are with you. Let them feel that and know that you appreciate them. So I'm sure you will not refuse my humble request on behalf of all the women. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Please unmute, ma'am. आपका mute है.
People who still have their mother with them are so blessed.
Yeah.
Honor them when they are there.
My sister, just remember this. Nothing happens without the will of Allah, God, or Bhagwan. And He knows why it happened, how it happened, and what happened. And I tell you, with this faith, I move on, and I no more cry for my parents. I'm proud of my parents. You go to my Facebook page right now, and I'm still promoting a book I have written in honor of them. So do it, honor your parents, and just surrender to the will of God. It will help you. I feel you and I hear you, my sister.
Okay, so last 2 minutes, anyone wants to share anything, please share. Otherwise, we will wind up, and it's around 2.5 hours.
Mr. Aakash, you have not answered my request. You have to first answer that, then the other women will speak about bringing your mother.
I will ask, I will inform you, ma'am.
I hope so. I'll be chasing you on it.
No, I will. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
No, I was just saying you are asking women to go on speaking, and then you might regret later. Please.
Correct.
So I think it's better you don't give us that liberty anymore. We are with you. And thank you so much for the event. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Thank
nice
you, Mr. Aakash,
meeting
for
so
this.
many people because of you.
Thank
and we'll all keep in touch.
Yeah, we will be connected.
Yes, let's connect. That will
It's
be
all
awesome.
our family actually, and of course you are also one of the parts. So as ma'am is writing a book, and very soon we will get her book also. So yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
So thank you once again, and thank you for the wonderful opportunity to serve you. And let's meet in another events. So thank you. Bye
Thank
bye. Take care. Great night.
Yes, bye.